Hi, I'm Faith.
And I'm Neysa. And this is
Go Ladies, a podcast about navigating life, love,
and so much more
from a 40-plus perspective. Wow. Okay, what was I singing before? This goes out to a friend to the show, Marcus Washington.
Hey, Marcus.
Love Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I've been sick for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's what I thought about. Oh, Lord.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I am. Praise
Very good. Welcome to the Go Ladies podcast.
Y'all know I don't feel good when I got on a sweatshirt, glasses, and a Coke in my hand.
But I like this sweatshirt.
I'm just chilling today.
She looks really good, y'all.
I'm casual.
Says me, the hoodie queen. The black hoodie queen.
I ain't got the hair all styled up. You see it doing all kinds of craziness, and I'm just like, it is what it is.
But I think you look cute.
Yeah,
wait, fix your thing.
Fix what thing?
That one.
Girl, see?
You know, you tie it up, and you can make it a look. Like you tie it kind of tight, and then you can put like a vest over it.
I'm tie it? All right.
You can, yeah.
I don't ever tie.
I know.
You put the hood up too?
No, you don't put the throw your hood up.
But what's it called? Bolero tie? What's it called? A little tie?
It was a bolero. No, don't bolero. Just I'll fix you.
It is what it is now. Hey y'all.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
And make sure you're following us before we get into it. Please. On all of our platforms.
Please do, because
YouTube, Spotify, Google, iTunes.
Come on now. Look
yeah.
at you. You're going to carry the ball this week.
I got you. All the places that support podcasts.
Y'all, we always said we're going to be 100% authentic and transparent.
Yes.
Your girl got sick on Tuesday.
Neysa was sick.
And left the house to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to go to church this morning. Mm-hmm. Because you're feeling bad. You're like, let me call on the Lord a little bit.
Yes.
Get back into the church house.
Yes.
Ain't been scared straight in a minute.
I need to go to church. Get right, church. Get right.
I didn't want to be found wanting. No. So I'm going to go in here.
What's your favorite saying? You say that all the time.
But I didn't want to be found wanting.
She made it to church.
So I made it to church. I didn't make it all the way through because literally I felt bad.
Right.
Halfway through it. But just so you guys know at home, and Faith already knows this, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not contagious. I am ill. I have good meds. But
contagious.
she ain't gonna catch that nothing this close to me.
Touch me, baby. Okay. No, she's not contagious.
I'm sitting there giving a real testimony.
Right. We are thanking God for Neysa's healing.
Thank you.
Let us touch and agree. Amen. Yes.
Right, so.
Yes. We went to church.
Yes.
And we have critiques, but we'll save that for later. Go ahead.
That's okay. I could be a church flag girl.
Oh my gosh.
I just think I could do that.
It's not a band. It's not the flag girl. On some Sundays, they bring the flags out.
I've never been a flag girl. I've been a cheerleader. I've been on the dance team. I played the flute in the orchestra for like 2 whole seconds. Even though I really couldn't play the flute, I just moved my fingers. But I've never been a flag girl.
Wow.
So I want to be a flag girl. But then,
do you want to be a flag girl?
Or do I want to be an usher? You know how this.
You want to be an usher.
I do have usher tendencies.
You would be a good usher. I'm not a fan of the usher that has been assigned to my area. And that's that on that. I don't know this individual.
She got usher shade.
I do. Now, I know the person who's like the head of the ushers.
Okay.
Who, I tried to file a complaint to have the usher in my area.
You're a volunteer for the Lord. You filed a complaint?
Removed.
This man tried to do his ministry work. And you're like, the Lord didn't call you that.
I don't think so. He just,
So, okay, what is your complaint? Okay, first of all, we'll get into it.
Yes.
It's Freestyle Sunday.
Yes.
We're just catching you guys up on things, life, and our different things. So
yeah.
It's a freestyle type of day. So.
And when we record, it's on Sundays now.
Yes.
So you're going to hear us talk about those things. So we're talking about church.
Yeah, so now what did this usher do to offend you?
So the usher, how he seats people is just a little troubling. Like, there are plenty of open pockets and areas. Why does everyone have to come to, like, where I am seated or around me?
So you trying to...
I'm VIP!
She's trying to be velvet rope.
I need the velvet rope. But there are people already in my section with bottle service called communion.
Yeah.
Y'all pray for me. It's just when I've experienced better ushering. And
it's not like a hotel or a restaurant where they gotta seat you according to servers.
He's not.
You sit down and you sit down.
Right. He's not a good usher, though. He'd be like, can you let these 17 people who came to church late? I don't know why they're at church late, but I wasn't at church late. But people have different reasons, and I'm not mad at that. People have kids. They have ailments, whatever. Just as long as you're in the house, that is my disclaimer. I do understand that. But a lot of times it's like people with like a family of 20. And I'm like, wait.
Which one of us is the PK?
Yes. Married. I'm a PK by marriage. So, yeah. I mean, it doesn't, it's just, I think things could be run more smoothly. I would never turn someone away, but I just think
But you want to.
I think there's a better process. That's all. I know I'm not alone out there. Yeah.
And she said, me want to be a flag girl was bad.
But you'd be a way better usher.
I would.
You would.
I like them little hand movements. You know, I'm really all
You are about the hand movements.
Yeah, 2 and 2. 2 and 2.
And you know how to count. If a family of 20 comes in, you're not sending them to the front.
Now, here's my only thing I would get put out of usher school for.
What?
Is putting people with children out.
Oh.
Because as a parent, my rule as a parent was I never wanted my child to disrupt dinner, church service of any other patron. Yeah. That's kind of just my thing. Mm-hmm. So your child makes a noise beyond just the normal little kid chatter. Yeah. That's, expected. But crying or whatnot, you get a couple seconds, get it together, throw a passy in there. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't get quelled, you need to take them out, regroup. Yeah. And come on back in. Yeah. Hence, as a parent, I sat in the back.
You did.
And typically on the end. Mm-hmm. So I ain't got to go over nobody to get in and out. I can just, expeditiously.
Yes.
Handle my child and come on back. Even though that one time, I did have to scoot in and Maya acted a fool. Oh, and I had to walk her down the center aisle of church while she's yelling, please don't me mama. She pity on good times. And she really wasn't. And embarrassed the hell out of me. But I'm just like, really? So we're doing the center aisle. But normally...
She knew what she was doing.
She did. Oh, she definitely did. But normally we sit on the back. Yes. And today, even during the time I was there, there was some child just squalling. And I'm like...
Take your kid out.
I have watched many a church service from the lobby.
Yeah.
Hell, my kid learned her colors on the lobby at church.
There you go.
The colors
yeah.
We're going to walk them through these colors. Yeah. The rest of the family in church service. Yeah. So it's just like, come on. Don't disrupt somebody else's stuff.
Don't.
Bottom line is y'all pray for us.
Because we have church critiques. Do they have a suggestion box? No, because it would be filled.
I mean, no church is perfect.
True. That's true.
No person is perfect. No church is perfect. It is what it is.
Amen to that.
So, yeah.
Hallelujah. Okay, next. You got our topic.
We have the good black news. This is your topic. Princess Tiana got married.
Oh, she did! Anika Noni Rose.
Princess Tiana.
Married. Who she marry? Basie Skate.
Yeah, Basie Skate.
No.
I don't know his name.
Why is he known as that from Greenleaf? His name is Jason. I believe it's pronounced Durden. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
Basie Skate.
Also known as Basie Skate.
Now, here's the real question.
What?
Which Faith tried to throw some shade at me earlier today.
I did not.
Does Basie Skanks
have a
conk?
He has
a conkaline.
He's half Cherokee.
You don't know what he is.
I don't.
Trying to get this man genealogy.
I don't. And to which I said, well, Neysa, he has hair like you. Only one of us on here can use water to lay down baby edges.
You got waterways right now in your hair?
There ain't no water. There ain't no water. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what she gets. Only one of us. You.
Anyway.
So y'all have the same hair. Continue.
No. He got a little conkaline.
That's fine.
Okay, let's talk about it though.
What? The hair or the marriage?
The marriage.
I am so happy for them.
Okay.
Go ahead.
She just popped up with the dude.
To us.
To us, of course. To us.
Yeah, yeah.
Same way Issa did.
Yes. We love it.
Kerry Washington did.
Yeah, Carrie, yeah.
So,
okay.
Is it smart to do that? How does Melissa do that actually? Just popped up with a husband.
Yeah.
Like, haha, those who don't know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or is it fear of being embarrassed?
I mean, obviously, it depends on the couple.
Of course, of course.
I am a fan of it. All the things that you've said, these are people of a certain...
So if Nas...
Oh, hi, Nasir.
Yo, boo.
I mean, you'd be at the wedding.
I mean, I know that.
But it would be a low-key wedding.
But you wouldn't post that you were with him in advance?
With, like, dating him and stuff? That would be for me and him to discuss.
Okay.
And whatever mutual respect we get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, because I shared with you earlier, I have been privileged to have been around some celebrities who you all deem celebrities. Some of that was prior to major social media, but I was very tight-lipped. I didn't have to sign an NDA or anything, but I just, out of respect, was like, let me just not say anything. So.
Okay.
It just depends on the situation. Like, would I want to holler? Like, me and Nas go together? Absolutely. But I like the private part of that. I really do. I remember the interview Oprah did with Beyonce, and Oprah was like, keep something for yourself. Everything ain't for everybody, celebrity or not.
I totally agree with that. I'm not.
What?
I don't have a problem people
What are you
saving
thinking?
some of themselves for themselves.
Okay.
I also do wonder, though, because we do live life so loud.
We do.
Like, sometimes I feel like people are being overly private because they don't want, especially for women.
Okay.
Number one, don't want to be embarrassed.
True.
Right?
True.
Because a fool will embarrass you.
No, no.
I ain't gonna raise my hand. I'm just gonna let y'all. I'm gonna wait like this. Oh my good eye. Number two.
Yes.
Beyond that whole embarrassment aspect, it's also the horse aspect. How you gonna pop up with Reggie and y'all go together, and then full 2 years later you pop up with Jermaine, but because you know how we treat women who have active sex lives,
True.
people act like,
Yeah.
I can't have somebody else down.
Right. Yeah.
Knowing good and well, Jermaine done been through 6 people in the meantime. But,
Right.
You know,
Right.
You take
yeah.
one picture with somebody else, and
Yes.
that's the whole issue.
Absolutely.
So I understand the case being made for, keeping things private. I also think though sometimes you get to just live your life. And if I'm gonna post me and you out and about, why wouldn't I post if I'm out with somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why does everything have to be so very, very secretive? And then the part of me also thinks like, if we're being secretive, then what are we hiding?
Okay.
Because secretive has a negative connotation to me. Private doesn't.
Okay. Right. Okay.
But secretive does.
Okay.
And so, like, what are we hiding? Why can't we be outside? You know?
I feel like in their case, it was private. Based on, because it came out, what was it, Brides magazine? They have like the exclusive whatever.
Of course.
And again, those who know.
Of course.
Like their friends, their close loved ones. So it wasn't a secret. But it wasn't for everybody.
True.
That I can get behind. That's just me. I'm like, those who know.
I also think nowadays, the whole NDA for sex is
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I saw that and it made me smile. Like on my timeline, I was so happy. I'm like,
she looked beautiful.
Yeah, she did.
She's so pretty anyway. But she looked just lovely.
I was very happy.
Yes, come on, Princess Tiana. Got her little prince.
I know.
With the little straight
With
hair,
the
too.
little, that's your cousin. Sips drink, non-sponsored. What?
Anyway. Okay. Speaking of the NDA.
Yes.
You know, everybody says Lori Harvey has dudes signing the NDA.
Okay.
And she has now been rumored to be with another Hollywood star. Which I'm like, she's single, so she can be who she wants to.
She can't. We've talked about this. Yeah.
But, tell me about the tweet that you saw.
Okay, and I'm mad I couldn't find it. But basically, talking about how she seems to align herself with these men when the men, like, have a major project coming out or something to that degree. Who she's currently with is Damson Idris, not to be confused with Elba, who is a star of Snowfall, which is entering into its final season. So they recently popped out together. They're
Her birthday party.
At her birthday party.
Yeah. He posted her first.
Correct.
And then she posted him recently from the birthday party.
After recently being linked to Michael B. Jordan, which they had broken up or whatever that was. But that was kind of the tweet I saw. Like, it's interesting how that seems to be the case. And almost like, are the men, you know, what's the leverage there in terms of, like, it'd be a good look to have Lori Harvey because I got this project coming out. Is that the case or not? I don't know. I'm not there. We're not in it. But, excuse me. Yeah, she definitely is who she's aligning herself with, and then the timing is kind of what was in question based on what I read.
So, we know that Snowfall's coming to an end.
Yeah.
I don't know what else he has on the horizon.
Me either.
That's not my business. I'm not his agent.
Right.
Especially in that celebrity culture where things rise and fall so often, it seems like a really weird thing to try to pin on her.
Yeah.
And they're trying to use it for a negative connotation with Lori. And look, I don't know this child.
We don't know.
She's
her.
26 years old.
She
Literally,
is.
she can be my child at this point.
Yeah.
But she's 26 and she's dating. And I've said time and again, I don't understand why we vilify people. No, not people. Vilify women.
Women, yeah.
For dating. You know? Which I guess kind of just proves my point about the whole move in private. Because she doesn't even post people like that.
Right.
Dudes post her. And then people are like, oh my gosh, she's with so-and-so again. She's such a this and a that. You don't know what they're doing.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know.
Like, I don't know what they're doing. So, it just seems to me that it's very problematic that we have these undue pressures on the women.
Yeah.
And if it is a business decision, like, hey, I'm going to be seen with the next big thing, and you're going to put this fly chick, and we're going to make this money and take these pictures of me in a tizzy.
Yeah.
That's their business, too.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand the need for that. We gotta leave women alone, y'all.
Yeah.
We gotta leave
This
women
has
alone.
some, like, let her do what she, who cares?
I always say, leave black folk alone. Can you
leave women alone.
too?
Like, who cares?
Look, be real specific. Leave black women alone.
Leave black women alone. Please leave us
Let
alone.
us do us.
You want us to save the day, and then you want to vilify us.
For saving it.
Yep.
I mean, why y'all gotta be so in charge? Why y'all gotta do this? Why y'all gotta do that? Well, who gonna do it?
Who gonna check me, boo? No, I know.
So.
And if Lori was just Lori that worked at the Starbucks, nobody would care. You know who she's dating. It's really only because it's a celebrity aspect behind it that people care.
Right.
I don't care.
And then folks even want to talk about her mother, which I did see the tweet that you were
Big
mentioning earlier.
March. Oh, I'm sorry. It's pimping right there, baby.
I mean, they were like, Marjorie dated a drug dealer and then got with a celebrity and had him. Did you not date a fuckboy at some point in your time in your past?
I mean,
did you not make some bad decisions that you would not make again?
What's wrong with a D-boy?
And as you grow, change, and evolve,
exactly.
you choose a different person or a different mate. I mean,
allow room for growth and grace. The same grace that you want, you need to extend to others.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, if she was 50 years old, still dating a dope boy, we'd say something about that too.
We would. He would have cornrows to the back.
Girl, okay. I can tell you about a family member of mine who showed up at a funeral with her boyfriend who had cornrows. And she's like 60, and her boyfriend's like 60 as well. At some point, the cornrow game ain't yours. I mean,
I do know that, and I am not a fan of it. I'm not at all. I'm like, how long you been out?
Posted. If you're 40, still trying to do a rap career, you need to move on.
Oh, for sure. A smooth jazz album.
Damn.
Like, your rap career, it's not happening, player. It's not.
You already had to be rapping.
Do
we know people who've been rapping
right in there?
The 50 years of hip hop. Because you went to the opening too.
My honey's gonna be 50 this year. I'm sorry, but he has this whole like hip hop. Huh? Y'all are family. She did the perfect segue, and then I completely went into lust mode.
We talked about that.
We did. I completely was like, ooh.
I gave a huge diatribe earlier. Like
she did.
Just going
We're gonna come back. Mm-hmm.
And then she mentioned boys. And I was like, boys? And then totally lost the train of thought. Like,
she did.
It was really sad. But back to
hip hop turning 50, which is it's a huge initiative of Nas's as well. He's like has this whole hip hop 50 that they're doing in New York.
Watch the New York emails. Like she knew better. The New York Times to her directly.
I wish. Anyway, so him here in Nashville, the National Museum of African American Music is they kicked off their events honoring hip hop turning 50 this year. So what they're doing is a series each quarter with different photographers in hip hop.
Okay.
So I went to the first installment of that. Raymond Boyd is the photographer. He's based out of Chicago. His work was really dope. And it started out with like a sit down with a local radio personality. Mm-hmm. And they talk back and forth. And then you get to go into the gallery and see his photos.
Okay.
And they had a Black-owned food, Princess Hot Chicken. For those who don't know, that is the original OG hot chicken.
Yes, Lord.
Not the gentrified stuff. So they were there. They had a DJ, open bar, like all that. But you walked around and you got to meet and talk to him if you so chose to do that. Okay. But yeah, he just kind of told his stories behind the different pictures. And the cool thing that really stuck out to me is most, if not all, tours come through Chicago. So he never had to leave where he was. He was able to like photograph people as they were in Chicago. Mm. So there were photos. It was Ice-T, Salt and Pepper, Big Daddy Kane, Run DMC, like all these different people.
So come here. I obviously was not there. So,
yeah.
Under the weather this week. So.
It's okay. You're on the mend.
I know.
Yes.
So were these candidates? Were these show pictures from the concert?
It was a mixture.
Okay.
It was a mix. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he a fan of hip hop who just happened to be there taking a picture? Was he contracted to do this? Like, how did he get this?
Let's get into it. Which is what I am excited to see the other photographers because he's a little bit older. Mm-hmm. So even in hearing him talk, I could tell he's not necessarily hip hop. You have photographers that are really a part of the culture, but he grew up listening to like Jackson 5, if that lets you know like age range.
So how old is he, would you say, right now?
60s, maybe.
Okay, come there. If hip hop's 50, then
maybe he just, so it wasn't like he discovered this music and his art form or way of expressing it was photography. It really was, he got into photography because his mom gave him a camera when he was in 8th grade. And that was kind of, it sparked from there. He worked for the Chicago Defender, which is the black newspaper, legendary black newspaper there. He worked for Jet. So he was, I don't want to say just a photographer, but he happened to move into the arena of shooting hip hop artists. And he even, I want to say he's had the Michael Jackson Bad tour when it came through Chicago. That was like his favorite, actually, because he grew up with Jackson 5. So I'm like, okay, it makes sense. So it wasn't bad, but for me, it was missing that story of like, I am hip hop. But I'm like, you're kind of the generation before, so you're not. So it made sense when he explained it. He
documented it. He doesn't live it.
Exactly.
Got it.
So I'm excited to see if the other photographers are really embedded in the culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I think the thing that's interesting about historians of culture that is still ongoing, because think about right now, people have their phones out, taking pictures of everything at this point.
Yes.
But you never know what the actual pivotal moment's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just living your life taking pictures. Even if you are a photographer, you're taking pictures of these events. But you never know what that quintessential moment's going to come down in history. It's like when you even see pictures of civil rights. You know, you were just documenting the moment where you were. You didn't think it was going to play this whole big story in retrospect. So, yeah. Interesting. Good. Well, I need to get down there. I'll be visiting that museum again in March for sure.
Yes.
I need to actually see my membership still.
I need to redo mine. I keep getting messages like, it's expired. I'm like, I know.
No, I need to go do mine. Because I did mine for the family, so.
It's cool. It's pretty cool. I like that they're doing it, especially being the music museum. I'm like, you should be doing something.
Of course.
So, yeah. It was nice. I'll keep you posted. You know I come alive in hip-hop. So.
We should just go on a field trip.
Yeah, when you're available.
Everybody with us. Take some pictures of ourselves.
You heard her say it, right? She wants us to take pictures.
Correct. I'm going to take the pictures of you walking around.
No.
I'm taking
photos of both of us.
Y'all heard it, right? It's like she said. Y'all heard it here, right?
There's a photo of Nas in the museum too, just so you know. He'll be 50 in September. What's next, Neysa?
Since we're into lusting.
Oh, God, no.
I mean, Carisha be lusting after Diddy.
Okay. What? Is your foot asleep? Hold on, let me move.
My foot's here.
God, my foot is in the shot. Y'all don't look at my foot. Go ahead.
Your toes are painted?
Yes, they're painted. I see yours too. Go ahead.
I'm wiggly. Yeah.
Squirrel.
Anyway.
Carisha and Diddy.
Yes.
Wait,
so
where's this going?
I'm laying in the bed.
Oh.
I'm sick.
Lay in the bed. Okay, we went to church. Go ahead.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. I'm sorry.
I'm laying in the bed, sick.
Yes.
And I see Diddy's name come up. And at this great age, you gotta check make sure nobody's dead, right?
Right.
Like, is he dead? And then I'm like, why are they spelling it like that? Because instead of P, Diddy, it's spelled P-E, Diddy. And I'm like, who did he P? Oh.
Wait, it was him that did it?
It was all these tweets about him. He was trending, calling him P-E-E, Diddy.
Okay.
So, for those of you guys don't know,
About
Diddy is dating Carisha.
Carisha, please.
Of the City Girls. And she has a podcast as well on Revolt, right?
Yes, of course.
It's called Carisha Please. And she has different guests on there. It's the women. Remember we talked about she was dating Diddy? She interviewed him. It's when the whole Real Bad came out,
Real bad.
Yeah. And she had Kevin Gates and that whole interview. She's been getting some gets that have been talkable things. So
yes.
Most recently, she had Trina on there.
The baddest. That's all you need to know.
Right?
Yes.
You know Trina, you know she's the baddest.
Yes. We love Trina.
Of course. But they were talking about sexual exploits. I think we're being clean at the church.
We are.
Exploits.
That's fine.
And one of the things that Carisha mentioned that she enjoyed was golden showers. Now, at this point in time, mommy, turn off the show. Go on about your business. Miss Taylor, catch me on the next one. Not this one. All right. I'm waiting for the turn.
I know. Wait.
All right. So, for those people who do not know, a golden shower is when someone urinates on you during intercourse or as an act of sexual pleasure. Now, I'm a germaphobe. I mean, I don't like that. That's not my ministry. I will never shame anybody for doing what they do if they like. If you're consensual adults, do you. But that's why Diddy was trending as P-E-E. Diddy. So, do we need to know that?
No.
I don't think we need to know that.
No. I will say I watched the episode and it seemed obviously like low hanging fruit because that's who she is dating. But she never said
Right.
he's done or that. She said, I like that. Correct. The question was asked because she has a card game. So they were like doing some of that towards the end of the show. And she was saying she liked golden showers. And that really was it. She was never like, all the dudes I messed with or my current. It was just, I like golden showers. I'm like, okay. And the crazy thing is, me watching it, I really didn't even think about Diddy. That's me, though.
Right.
I wasn't like, Diddy be peeing on his girls. I really didn't have that thought at all. So, I don't know. I don't have much more for that topic.
I don't either. Again,
no, I'm good.
You have the right to
do what you want to
do in an adult consensual relationship.
Yes.
What's good for one person, not always good for everybody else.
Right.
But I'm just like, I didn't need to know that one.
No. No.
Because, like, I can't shake your hand. Like, I know that sounds really kind of, you know, people pick their nose and shake hands and all the other stuff. But, like, that's just, I'm just like,
no.
I'm going to look at you a little different. And I'm going to swear you up by, I'm going to swear I smell pee. Like, I'm like, she smell like the pee. And I know she probably wash and don't. But in my mind.
She smell like pee.
Cause you remember that one kid that used to pee themselves in school?
Absolutely.
And you be like, they smell like the pee. They in high school, they're doctor.
Yeah.
But you swear they still pee-pee Robbie? You know, it's pee-pee Robbie.
Oh, yeah. So. Yes. You will forever be that.
Right.
Again, known by your affliction.
True.
We just talked about that. So yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's how you identify people. You know, that's why I used to pee on themselves. And then you're like, oh yeah, I remember.
You 50.
Right.
You're in first grade. In 49 years.
Why are we like this as a people?
I don't know.
Jogging memories, you point out the worst thing about a person. Yeah. But it is kind of funny. Okay, yes. P. Diddy. So disgusting. Hey. No, thank you.
I don't try to call people stuff disgusting. It's just their thing, not my thing.
It's disgusting. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our last topic.
Is it?
I think it is.
Oh, we covered good ground. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know when.
Yes. We talked about this extensively.
Oh, okay.
So talk about relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Angela Rye.
Yes.
And you want to set the stage?
Okay, so it was The Breakfast Club. Angela Rye is co-hosting. And the question was, do black women still get upset when a black man dates or is married to a white woman? To which Charlamagne was kind of like, that just seems so 90s to me. Like in the 90s, yes. But now, you know. But the question was for black women. He's not a black woman. And he is married to a black woman and they have beautiful black girls. But, yeah, that was the question.
You gonna answer?
You want me to answer?
So that was the question. Thank you for watching.
You know what?
Answer the question.
I want to say I don't care, but there's a little care in there for Faith. It's not a strong, like, I can't believe. It's not that, but it depends on the person for me. To which Neysa had brought up Lawrence from Insecure.
Right. Folks was big mad.
Folks were mad. I don't know that I...
Jay Ellis.
Lawrence.
Okay.
I don't know if mad was the right term for me, but I was just kind of like, really? But I know what it is. It's because you want these characters to be real. And they're playing a character. For me. Not you. For me. It's like you want them to be real. They make it believable. And Insecure is just such a black ass show.
True.
You know what I mean? That you kind of like are rooting for everybody black. Like you want, like in real life, you gonna marry a sister, Jay Ellis, and then you don't, and it's like, I guess. But also being fully transparent and in a sense being shallow. If the dude isn't attractive to you, a lot of me and my peers, we really don't care. But if we find him attractive and he's with Becky, we done lost another one. Only because he's attractive, which is shallow AF. I know that. But there is some truth to that. Because if it's Bobby down at the plant who, missing a tooth, you don't care that he's married to Sandy or whoever. You know what I mean? You don't care. But there is something to also, if he is an attractive black man who got something going on with him, you're like, dang. So that's kind of my take on it. For me, it's case by case. I can't across the board say I don't care because I'd be lying.
Yeah, I don't think I care.
You don't.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And here's why I don't care. So my caring only comes up in the term of self-hate.
Okay.
Outside of that, I don't care. Mm-hmm. You can date the rainbow.
Yes.
I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
My issue is when you exclusively date outside of your race.
Yeah.
To me, that speaks to some self-hate and some underlying issues. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I'd be like, brother, like, what? Like, help me understand this.
Right.
But that's for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody just exclusively dates outside their race, I'm like, there's some issues you need to work out in the therapy first before you come over here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it comes down to. I also think that because I don't always know said person, when I see them with somebody else, their dating history, I just assume she's just the pick of the day and not just a preference or an issue. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now, which took us to a deeper conversation about how we know people who have dated, obviously, exclusively outside their race, it seems to be.
Yeah.
And why? Mm-hmm. Like, why? And part of it is because certain people are put in situations as children where they are almost in predominantly white environments for their upbringing.
Right.
An example, my own life. I went to Catholic school from 1st to 8th grade. When I graduated in 8th grade, I was the only black child in my class. So I'm surrounded by white folk all the time. Now, my parents were super intentional about making sure if I go to Catholic school during the week, then my weekend softball team and all that were going to be spent at the black people park.
Yeah. You're going to be around black people.
Be around black people. Even though I was raised Catholic, we alternated. Went to Catholic church one week, and then we went to Baptist church the next week. If you look at my choices as an adult, as a mother, they have played out to where I have selected for myself and my family. We decided to be a Baptist family. And my children were in very diverse schools throughout. I can't say that in the moment I was making a very conscious decision to do that. I know about the church thing I was.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted them to be Baptist. For the school thing, I think that came into play a little bit later. I was like, oh, I understand why I did that. But the reason I did that is because when you go back and forth, my parents tried to give me the best of both worlds. Let me have the best of both and be able to choose and be this full person. What ended up happening is I was uncomfortable in both and felt alienated in both. I was never going to be light or white enough for Catholic school and my peers there. And I was never going to be black enough for the softball team and the people there. So I'm just like,
where do I fit in?
Where do I fit in?
Yeah.
Where do I fit in? And add to it the fact I have 2 black parents.
Yeah.
People assume I'm biracial.
Yeah. Yes, they do. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Don't get mad. They do.
Shut up.
The man at the car dealership did that one time. Go ahead.
I've got stopped in grocery stores.
That's the mixed girl. What?
I'm not. But people assume that
They
I
do.
am. And
Yes.
I'm not. So there wasn't even that, I don't want to say community of biracialness.
Right.
But, if you're amongst other biracial kids, they also understand it together. Their own experience.
You're like, that ain't me.
That ain't me either.
That's me either.
I'm just here.
So, but what you were also saying, because I had asked Neysa, when did you kind of find your identity or where you fit in? To which you said,
college.
There you go.
First through 8th grade was a Catholic school. You heard that story already. High school was really a 50-50, very mixed high school. But I was advanced program. So even though I went to a diverse high school, majority of my classes were still with white people. College, I went to HBCU.
Yeah.
And I went away to HBCU.
You found your tribe.
And so you get to find your tribe,
Yeah.
and you get to define yourself for yourself.
Come on, Audrey.
You do. You really do.
Yeah.
When you go away to school, especially going away to school at the time that we did, before social media,
That's true.
that it was just like you get to define yourself for yourself. I could have been anything. My mother used to always say, she sent me to school a little white girl. I came home a black boy. She was like, I don't know what happened, but you changed. And I'm like, I mean, I went to school one way.
Yeah.
And I came back with Jabot jeans and flannel.
You did.
It was like, what?
That's the style.
Right. So, you know, and then all of that kind of, you are the sum of all your experiences. So I think that's, you know, I've embraced that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very comfortable with me now.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, it took a while to get there.
Very good.
Yeah. You had a very different, though, experience. You
Black,
from
y'all,
the D.
and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black because I'm black, y'all. Yes. We've touched on this a little bit, but yeah. I moved to Nashville when I was 12. So, yes, I've been in Nashville longer than I've been in Detroit. People be trying to play me. However, majority of my family is still in Detroit. So, like, I have a home I can go to.
Your heart.
What is that? It's not on you. It's in you.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't have... My culture shock was coming to the South and seeing so many white people because I had never seen this many white people in my life. The school I went to was, at one time, it was preschool through 8th grade. And then it went K through 8. But that was the only school. Like, I didn't do daycare. My great-grandmother watched me, which I think is so important for a lot of people if you can. I just, you know, grandparents or whatever. I grew up with my great-grandmother. So I didn't have, like... I wasn't socialized with other children. Right. I grew up watching Days of Our Lives. We watched Sesame Street and the stories. I remember it. Anyway, but Detroit is a black city. It continues to be a black city, even though it has a white mayor now. But I grew up seeing that in leadership. Black mayor, black police chief, city council. Like, everybody was black. Okay. I was just having this conversation the other day. I was looking for a black optometrist. And I'm like, I'm sure there's one here, but it's something, as a child, obviously, I take it for granted. In Detroit, all my services were black. All of them. Primary care physician, dentist. I didn't need glasses then, but I went, went with my siblings, black eye doctor. Like, everything was black. And you kind of take it for granted when you move.
Was the Wakanda girl.
It felt like, well,
I wasn't in Wakanda,
right. So I didn't have discrimination stories. I didn't have that, if any, feeling of other. It just came because I was awkward. That really was it. It had nothing to do with I'm the little black girl. Like, it was truly Detroit was just it's so I never had that feeling of being defeated and lesser than, because we popping in the D.
So let me ask you this, because as a child of the South,
yes,
I'm Southern tea, you know, sweet tea born and raised. That's my drink. But
you are.
I remember like young child being told, when you go into the store, you don't put your hands in your pocket because they think we steal. Now, mind you, I have 2 educated parents.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
You know, very comfortable lower middle class life. You know. But yeah, and like, remember that. And I remember when one of my own children went into the store and had her hand in her pocket, and I almost lost it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And she was like, right. And I'm like,
Right, because she doesn't.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. You can't put your hands in your pocket. To this day, when
Yeah.
my phone, I go to the grocery store, my phone's on top of the cart in the baby seat. And normally my phone's in the pocket. If it rings, there's a whole production I do. Oh, my phone is ringing. I shall reach into my purse and pull out my phone. I'm on the phone. Then I have to walk around the store with my phone in my hand. I can't put it back.
Yeah. That's trauma.
It is, but I can't put it
That's
back.
such a trauma response. I know.
Yeah. And I'm just like, no.
I know.
Because you're not going to accuse me of stealing. And you're not going to shoot me dead in the store.
Right.
And all the myriad of things that could happen. So let me just walk around my phone and hang my hand the rest of the time I'm shopping. It's inconvenient, but that's what I do. So, yeah, it's a very different experience that you don't think about.
No.
That becomes part of your day-to-day. A person we know in common.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say her name here because she didn't have permission to share this story, so I'll talk about it vaguely.
Yeah.
But she has a son, and she's raising her son to be unafraid. She's raising her son to not carry the burden of white gaze. And part of me was like, yes, that's amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
The other part of me is very much so afraid for him. Because as great as it is to be unyoked,
Right.
I do worry about the time when the yoke is placed on you. Not because of anything you did.
Right. Yeah.
But because someone else just thinks you should wear it. And that clash and what that's going to look like and his safety in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And I don't ever want my children to be afraid of anyone, anything. But in dealing with any kind of issue,
Yeah.
my first response to them is always, you get home safe. We can fight this another day.
Yeah.
But you got to
Just
get home safe. Where you get pulled over by the police officer. And like, I was married to a police officer.
Yeah.
But baby girl
Yeah.
is really afraid of police officers.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
Yeah.
everything that's happened in her formative years.
Yeah.
You know, she's very much so afraid of them.
Yeah.
But it's, you pull over, do all that you can do, don't make no sudden moves.
Right.
You get home safe. There's an issue. We'll fight it legally. We'll make a complaint. We'll do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But you got to get home safe. And so, yeah, it's definitely a trauma response.
Oh, for sure. My thing is bags. My mom always told me you always get a bag at a store for the same reason. You don't want people to think you're stealing. Like, don't just let them, even if it's something, a pack of gum, I'd like a bag, please.
Yep.
So, but that was because obviously roots are in the South and people moved up north. But
the Great Migration.
That's my thing. So I, to this day, always get a bag. They're like, would you like a bag? Absolutely. I would like a bag.
Yeah.
And my receipt in my hand. Thank you. Yeah.
We need to exercise on...
I thought you meant exercise.
No, not that. These are the ones I got right now.
Come on, James Lawson. What are we doing?
What we would look like untraumatized or without that yoke of trauma.
Yeah.
Because I wonder how much of my day-to-day life is actually indoctrinated out of that trauma that we felt, you know, or that fear that we felt, or trying to keep you safe, you know. And all those things come into play. It's the same thing for women. There's this anecdotal story where, you know, the professor asked the class, what would you do at night if, you know, there were no men around? And women were like, go for a jog, work out, walk to my car, not be on the phone, you know, go out more, you know, go to dinner with my friends, you know, all these different things that people don't think about. But me walking outside of my house, and I've said this before, I think on this show, leaving my house every day is me confronting whiteness and maleness.
You have. Yep.
Every day. My safety depends on me navigating those two things successfully to get back home.
To get back home.
And if I don't navigate both of them well, I might not make it. You know? And just to be able to go outside and not even think about that.
That is some privilege right there.
It is.
It is.
Because I mean, how often then? Okay, we're going out. First question. Okay, where are we going? What time we gotta be there? Where we gonna park?
Right.
Okay. Are we riding together? We're going separately. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna talk to you on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm walking
Exactly.
up.
Yeah.
My daughter just called before we started
Yeah,
here. She
yeah.
was leaving brunch and was on the phone with us to make sure she made it. And then she disappeared for a second.
Yes.
Like,
You're
where are you?
Did you get got?
Right. Did you get got?
Yeah.
You know. So all these things we have to navigate.
Yeah. Yeah.
By nature of being brown and having a vagina,
Yeah.
and it's exhausting.
Very. That's why sometimes people don't leave the house.
So we gonna watch Disney Channel.
I mean, seriously, like, let me
Just
just go
chill.
lay down. Like, just have it delivered.
Exactly.
I'm good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, it's ridiculous.
I understand.
Oh well, that was real deep, real quick.
That was deep.
I
I'm proud of us.
know, right? Okay, that's
Go
enough
nice.
actually, because I need to actually blow my nose. Let's be honest.
I know, I'm
You
snorting.
hear
My
me?
nose is stopped up.
You know that's not because of me.
It's not because of you. It's my allergies.
She gonna try to blame it on me. I ain't
I'm
gonna
not
try.
complaining on her.
Anyway, look, we done talked about all kinds of things, and of course ended with the whole mental health segment,
We did.
which segues into last week's segment,
Yes,
which is great because we just had Danielle on.
we did.
So you can check that out if you missed it. Make sure you check out the segment with Danielle Taylor, talking about all things mental health.
Danny.
And
Yeah.
make sure you like, listen, subscribe, share, and
Comment, engage.
yes, do so, do so. But have a good day. Have a good day.
On purpose.
Yeah,
On purpose. Be intentional about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spread some joy somewhere.
Come on, Joy.
All right.
You bring me joy. You bring me joy.
I don't sing, so I want to feel like I was singing too.
Okay. Thank you all for tuning in.
I thought I
We
tried.
will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.